Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We've been getting a lot of questions, and we thought we'd do a follow-up video on this in regards to the Optispark. That is the optical distributor in this car. This is the Achilles heel. It is behind that, which is the water pump. Now, I don't know why GM engineers decided to put a optical sensor that is sensitive to water behind a water pump that eventually fails. That's what water pumps do after a certain mileage, and they start weeping, meaning water will come out near the bearing or whatever. The water pump is supported by a bearing, and yeah, that is the weak spot. On the LT1s, the water pump is driven directly off of the crank. Well, not directly off of, but yeah, there's no belt. There's, actually it is driven off the crank. There's a nub on the camshaft. It's driven directly off the camshaft. And so, yeah, well-known Achilles heel. This is the Generation 2 small block after the famed Chevy small block, the original, the SBC. So this came out in '92 in the Corvette and then bubbled down to other cars, including the Camaro and the Firebird, and also the station wagons and the big sedans, the Impala SS, yeah, there's a whole bunch. The Buick, I forgot what it's called, the station wagon. And so, yeah, the LT1, this is the 5.7 liter. There was also the smaller one that came in some of the sedans. I forgot what displacement that one was, but it was smaller than 5.7 liters. So some of your questions in regard to this was, this is a 94 LT1. So up until 1994, the Optispark was not vented, meaning it was sealed. The problem with that is you've got, since it is a distributor, it's distributing the spark from, where's the module? Right here. That spark module is creating high voltage spikes to actually power the spark plugs, which cause the ignition in the cylinders. So the problem with running a high spark in an enclosed environment is that it creates ozone, O3, and that is actually highly corrosive. It's a powerful oxidizer. And you can't even see the Optispark. It's buried behind there. We have a couple of videos on this. Petris, Petris, is a company in the USA that creates a high quality upgrade for the Optispark. Now, when we were shopping around, they had the best solution available. So MSD, some of these other manufacturers make one, but the Petris one, in our opinion, was the best. So we reached out to them, and they decided to partner with us and provided us with one. So we installed it, which is a pretty big job. You've got to remove the water pump, get new gaskets, all that sort of stuff. But in the process, we switched over from a non-vented 94 LT1 Optispark to their vented kit for the up to 94 LT1s. So what that includes are these two lines, and that provides the fresh airflow. This one is attached to the intake, right? So you want to have it after your filter. So we have a custom intake system here, but you just want to put this in after the air is filtered through the filter, right? So you get clean air going into the Optispark, which is being pulled via this vacuum line. So there's some check hoses here, or check valves rather, on this hose. And into this T, which is attached to the brake line vacuum as well, right? So this is providing vacuum here from the engine, the engine firing. And so you're getting vacuum that is being, creating a negative pressure over in this line to the Optispark, which is pulling in fresh air from the filter. So that is the vented Optispark conversion, they call it. Now, since we are not running this in an F-body, aka a Camaro or Firebird, your plumbing is going to look a little bit different than ours. But any of the non-vented Optisparks, a great upgrade for that is the vented setup. So this is how the plumbing is done. Again, you want clean air coming in after the filter into this line, and then the vacuum attached to this T, which plumbs into the brake hose, where the brake hose usually plumbs in. So all these fittings are included in the kit. So it's a great solution. There are other alternatives which get rid of the Optispark directly. There is what they call the 411 PCM upgrade, where you're actually taking a PCM from like a GM Savannah van, and so that was kind of the transition period between the LS and the traditional small block, or the Vortec, sometimes it's called, or even the second generation here. I shouldn't say the traditional, but you know, in that transitory period, they had a 0411 PCM, or power train control module, and you can actually modify the LT1s to run off of that LS style PCM. So then LS tunes can work on there. We had looked into it, but basically, since you actually need the 96 through 97 timing cover. So that's another thing. Oh, you see the Optispark peeking over there, the red right there. But the timing chain cover, which we totally can't see here, is actually different in 96 and 97 because they introduce an extra cam position sensor, and you need that to run the 0411 PCM. So that alone, I don't even know how much they're going for now on eBay for a used one, but having to tear this all down again did not appeal to us. So running this Optispark from Petris, the upgraded vented Optispark, is a great solution for us, and it was the path of least resistance. So thanks again for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. That really helps us, and we'll catch you in the next one.